Assalamualaikum. We are from Group 2 and we are going to present about urinary system. But before starting the presentation, we are going to introduce ourselves first.
Hi, my name is Aqashah bin Abdul.
Hi, my name is Sophielea Binti Roslee.
Hi, my name is Nurul Ezzaty Binti Sanusi Amir.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Maisara Adriana binti Mohamad Rizal.
Hi, my name is Sofia binti Hanafi and
Hi, my name is Elyana binti Adnan.
What is urinary system? The urinary system, often referred to as the renal system, is a complicated system of organs that manage a number of physiological functions in the human body, including filtering waste from the blood, preserving fluid balance, and regulating numerous physiological processes. It is made up of the kidney, ureter, bladder, and urethra, each of which contributes to the overall operation of the system in a different way. Overall, the urinary system is essential for maintaining homeostasis, eliminate waste product, regulate fluid electrolyte balance, and supporting various physiological processes in the human body.
we will explain the location of organs in the urinary system. Firstly, hepatic veins. Each hepatic vein can have 2 or more branches inside the liver. The 3 main hepatic veins link up at the top of your liver at the inferior vena cava. Esophagus. The esophagus is in the center of your chest in an area called the mediastinum. Inferior vena cava. The inferior vena cava lies along the right anterolateral aspect of the vertebral column and pass through the central tendon of the diaphragm around the vertebral level. Adrenal gland. Atop each kidney is an adrenal gland, which is part of the endocrine system, is a distinctly separate organ functionally. Aorta. The aorta begins at the left ventricle of the heart, extending upward into the chest to form an arch. It then continues downward into the abdomen, where it branches into the iliac arteries just above the pelvis. Iliac crest. The iliac crest is the curved part at the top of the hip. It forms the wing-like part of the pelvis on which a person will sometimes rest their hand. Rectum. Rectum, at the end of it, close under your abdominal organs toward your anus. It exists in the pelvis cavity between your abdomen and pelvis floor muscle.
Okay, next, uterus. Located between the urinary bladder anteriorly and the rectum posteriorly. The average dimension of the uterus in an adult female are 8 cm long, 5 cm average, and 4 cm deep. Renal artery. The arterial supply of its kidney is the renal artery, which divides into segmental arteries as it approaches the hilum, and its segmental artery gives off several branches called interlobar arteries. Renal hilum. Vertically on the medial border of the kidney, which is bound by the 3 lips of the renal substance. Renal vein. The left renal vein runs between the supramesenteric artery and the aorta on its course toward the inferior vena cava. The supramesenteric artery and the aorta typically form a 90-degree angle. Kidney. This small, dark red organ with a kidney being shaped against the dorsal body wall in a retroperitoneal position beneath the parietal pericardium. In the supralumbar region, they extend from the T12 to the L3 vertebra. An adult kidney is about 12 cm 5 inches long, 6 cm 2.5 inches wide, and 3 cm 1 inch deep, about the size of a large bar of soap. Ureter. Beginning at the ureteroblottic junction UPJ of the kidney, which lies posteriorly to the renal vein and entering in the hilum. Urinary bladder. Triangle-shaped hollow organ is located in the lower abdomen. It is held in the place by ligaments that are attached to organ and the pelvic bones. Urethra. The urethra meets slightly ventral to the tip of the penis. The bulbous urethra is placed in the bulb of the penis, the portion of corpus function that lies between the split corpora cavernosa in the superficial cranial space.
Function of urinary system. The body's urinary system is the collection of organs that remove extra fluid and other impurities from the bloodstream. The renal or urinary system function include removing waste products from the body, controlling blood volume and pressure, electrolyte and metabolite levels, and blood pH. So these are the main function of urinary system. First, kidney. Located towards the middle of the back, below the ribs, are these two purplish brown organs. Number 2, ureters. Through tubes known as ureters, urine travels from the renal tube into the bladder. Number 3 is urinary bladder. Urine moves to the renal tube into the bladder through tubes known as ureters. The last one is urethra, that transmits urine from the bladder to exterior of the body during urination.
Okay, in this slide, I will explain further about the importance of keeping the organs healthy towards society, which is we are also setting a good example for others to follow when we take care of our organs. By living a healthy lifestyle, we can motivate our loved ones to follow suit. This may have a positive knock-on effect for our communities and society at large. Furthermore, we are able to work, study and participate in social activities with ease thanks to healthy organs. We are less likely to contract illnesses and diseases that can be expensive and time-consuming to treat when our organs are functioning properly. Additionally, having healthy organs allows us to live longer and be more physically active.
Let's continue to additional information of any procedure in the hospital related to urinary system which involve the role of nurses. This is the common procedure that performed by urologists to look inside the urinary tract. There are two types of procedures. The first one is cystoscopy and the second one is ureteroscopy. So what is it? What is cystoscopy? Cystoscopy is a procedure that uses a cystoscope to look inside the urethra and bladder, while ureteroscopy is a procedure that uses a ureteroscope to look inside the ureters and kidneys. Let's take a look at the picture. The left one is a cystoscopy and the right one is the ureteroscopy. So as we can see, a cystoscope is a long, thin optical instrument with an eyepiece at one end, a rigid or flexible tube in the middle, and a tiny lens and light at the other end of the tube. A urologist fills the bladder with fluid and looks at detailed images of the urethra and bladder linings on a computer monitor. While for the ureteroscope has an eyepiece at one end, a rigid or flexible tube in the middle, and a tiny lens and light at the other end of the tube. However, a ureteroscope is longer and thinner than a cystoscope, so the urologist can see detailed images of the lining of the ureters and kidneys. So, why urologists perform cystoscopy and ureteroscopy? For the cystoscopy, a urologist performs cystoscopy to find the cause of and sometimes treat urinary tract problems such as UTIs, hematuria, and urinary incontinence. While ureteroscopy, a urologist performs ureteroscopy to find the cause of urine blockage in a ureter or to evaluate other problems inside the ureters or kidneys. A urologist can see a problematic tissue or a stone in a ureter or kidney.